I'm trying this match with Rusty and another female. It didn't start off very well, as you could see, because Rusty not that long ago had an encounter with our Bella, who would try the patience of a saint, to be honest. And I think he assumed, wrongly, this new little female is Bella. And he's now starting to suss that actually this is another rabbit, and things are starting to calm down. Excuse the noise in the background, neighbours' children. Poor little lass. I think she wondered what had hit her there. It's settling down a bit better now. Rusty's a bit shell-shocked in the corner. I'm just going to open this a bit. Oh, Rusty, what's all that about? Hello. He's not so bad, really. This is such a pretty rabbit. Blue eyes, fancy hairdo. By filming this, I'm hoping to illustrate that sometimes they start off quite physical, and hopefully I can demonstrate that this will settle. Fingers crossed. I know initially, when you're viewing this, you're going to think, oh, how terrible that you're letting this carry on, but I've done an awful lot of match-ups. And I actually feel this one has probably got a chance. Rusty's just got to realise that he's not with Bella anymore. You can see his look is quite different now. He's a lot more relaxed. I'm not going to say he's not going to have another pop at her, but even his tail is down now, as is hers, if you look. Nice relaxed stance at the moment. Tail up a little bit there. Not bad at all, actually. She's just watching and waiting. Very sensible. Alright, the female's turned and stomped off. He looked like he was going to follow and has decided not to bother, which is very sensible. Because he's actually not got a quarrel with her at all. He's turned his back to everybody. Rusty! Is that what you think? Only trying to find you a friend. Hmm? Right, here we go again. She's just popped out the sleeping area. Hello Rusty, how you doing? I think a lot's going to depend on what she does now. She's clearly not out for a quarrel. That's quite obvious, but she will defend her corner if she feels the need. Rusty seems to want to act first and think later, which is not always very useful, but he's starting to settle a little bit. If you notice again, her stance is quite relaxed, her tail is down, her eyes got quite a relaxed look about it, so she's feeling a lot happier now. We're almost back to how we should have been at the beginning, actually. It can be a problem when a neutered male has lost his amorous behaviour. Now that was a bit of a fly past. She sort of ran past him and then scooted off again, and I think he was... What? What was that? But that wasn't bad. What's this? Let me out of here, eh? I'm going to stop filming for a minute or two because it's possible not a lot's going to happen for a little while now. He's just exploring, seeing what there is around. Rusty is deciding to live dangerously and go exploring. Now the female is in the sleeping area. I think he's just realised. But again, what a difference in attitude. There was no fighting there, he realised she was in there and he's going straight back out. And that's really good. I'm starting to feel fairly confident about this one actually. I think the only reason that I had problems at the beginning was because he was with Bella to start with, and that really shook him up. Rusty for the last few minutes has been doing a little scent marking and has been going in and out of the sleeping area a little bit, only to come shooting back out again when he realises that she's in there, but it's really going quite well now. Be happier when she comes out and we can actually see a few more interactions. I don't know if you can see he's flopped out there, it's very warm here and he's a bit knackered. It's interesting that both matches, which I've actually got going on at the same time, they're literally next door to each other, but they can't see through, so we've got exactly the same situation happening. The females in each case are in the sleeping area and the males are prancing about outside scent marking. And looking on is little Tinkerbell, who's finding the whole thing rather amusing, I think. It's been a couple of hours now since I matched up Rusty with the chinchilla lionhead female. I don't want to go any nearer than that, but as you can see we've made a bit of progress. She's come out and she's sat on top of the step and he's out, not too worried about it at all. He's a little bit anxious, you can see his tail's up there a little bit, but that's definitely progress. Not so good. After I stopped filming there, for about 2 minutes, she came back out again. Well, what's going on there is Major and Bella having another pop. But going back to the pair I'm talking about, she came back out again after about a minute or so, and then Rusty showed some mounting behaviour towards her, which is a really good sign. So instead of him being just aggressive, he's starting to show a little bit of amorous behaviour, which is what we would be looking for in a match-up that's going reasonably well. So you can see there he's popping up just to say hello. Mounting behaviour, excellent. I apologise for filming through the wire, but I don't want to disturb them. She's taken it in her stride. She could, if she wanted to, just jump off and hide again, but she's choosing not to. This is really good news, actually. Really good news. She really isn't stuck there, by the way. She can quite easily just jump off the box. So there's nothing stopping her doing that. But she's being very sensible and just staying put for now. Just to remind you, of course, both male and female are neutered. Yeah, he's keen. Giving her quite a bit of attention now. There's a bit of frantic looking around the eyes. I think this one's going to work. Very shaky start, but yeah, I feel quite confident with these two now. Not saying they're not going to have another fisticuffs, but it's looking really pretty good. Major and Bella, on the other hand, don't know. I'm making sure Bella's got plenty of veggies and hay in the sleeping area, so she's not going to go without. Oop. Missed what happened there. I think what happened is the female just jumped off the box and went in the sleeping area. And he's followed. But 2 hours in and it's looking good. Well, it's the morning after the night before, and as you can see, we have got real success. Rusty and his new lady love have settled down really well. And I suppose the main reason I wanted to film this match-up was to show that sometimes it can start off really, almost quite violently, but you've got to be able to assess if there's any actual damage being done, and of course if there is, then you have to stop the match-up immediately. But I've learnt to be able to recognise what is bluff and what is actually, you know, really serious stuff. And thankfully I can report that this has gone brilliantly. I'm going to put the breakfast in. Let's put it up there. I've got one taker. I don't think Rusty's realised that breakfast is actually served. You've got a friend, haven't you? There we go. So this demonstrates the value of what we call the fast track system, where you just basically get on with it. So what I'll do now is I'm going to leave them obviously as a pair now for a few days to make sure that it really is working out well, and I've got no doubts it will. It's looking really good. And then they'll be put up for adoption as a bonded pair. A real success story. So if you're watching this and you're having troubles with your match-up, don't necessarily despair. Sometimes there are some pairs that are just not compatible, but sometimes you've just got to really bite the bullet and stick with it. Pair of happy bunnies. This is now day 3 for Rusty and his new friend, and they're really strongly bonded now. As you can see, I'm really pleased. A good result.